What happens when modern Western armor, praised as battlefield game changers, ends up in enemy hands, almost intact? That's exactly the scene unfolding on Ukraine's northeastern front. In a war marked by relentless drone strikes, artillery barrages, and grinding offensives, Russia just secured two unexpected prizes: a German-made Leopard 2A6 and a Swedish Strv 122. Both were captured without critical damage, loaded with ammunition, and ready for study. Today, we break down what led to these captures, what these tanks mean, and why their loss is a warning for the future of armored warfare. Russia's push into Ukraine's Sumy region in late May and early June wasn't just another offensive, backed by President Putin's order to create a buffer zone along the border. Russian forces executed a calculated advance, combining massed troops, drones, and artillery. By June 1st, they had expanded their foothold near Sumy and Kursk, securing territory that allowed them to pressure Ukraine's defenses from multiple angles. Reports confirmed that at least 50,000 Russian troops operated along this axis, but it wasn't sheer numbers that delivered results. The key was synergy: infantry advancing behind drone strikes, FPV drones disabling vehicles, and artillery sealing off retreat routes. This was a battlefield where Ukrainian tanks, even modern ones, could be isolated and overwhelmed. In this environment, the first prize appeared: a Leopard 2A6, left disabled near Daryino in the Kursk sector. Its side gearboxes were jammed, the result of a targeted FPV drone strike. Russian troops moved fast, removing the tracks and rolling the tank to safety. What they found inside made the prize even more valuable. Nearly a full load of ammunition, systems intact, no catastrophic damage. Just days earlier, Russian troops captured a Strv 122, the Swedish export variant of the Leopard 2A5, during operations in Sumy. Like its German cousin, the Strv 122 was caught in conditions where recovery by Ukrainian forces was impossible, and capture by Russia was inevitable. Let's take a closer look at these machines. The Leopard 2A6 is considered one of the finest main battle tanks in NATO service. It packs a 120mm L55 smoothbore gun, capable of delivering lethal firepower at long range. Its armor integrates composite modules designed to withstand modern anti-tank weapons, and its electronics give it superb target acquisition and fire control abilities. Yet on this battlefield, none of that mattered. Immobilized by a relatively low-cost drone strike, abandoned in a contested zone, the Leopard became a trophy. Its capture intact means Russia can now study its armor configuration, electronics, and perhaps even reverse engineer some systems or adapt countermeasures. The Strv 122, designed to meet Swedish defense requirements, features extra roof and frontal armor, advanced battle management systems, and defensive suites tailored for Northern Europe's terrain. It too fell victim to the same pattern: isolated, overwhelmed, and ultimately seized without the destruction that so often comes with armor losses. And these are not isolated incidents. Throughout the conflict, Russia has repeatedly demonstrated the ability to neutralize advanced Western armor. In Zaporizhia, several Leopard 2A4s were destroyed during Ukraine's summer offensive of 2023, often targeted by Lancet drones or Kornet anti-tank guided missiles. Near Avdiivka, Challenger 2 tanks, once touted as nearly invulnerable, were disabled and burned out after ambushes involving Russian artillery and drone strikes. The M1 Abrams, deployed with hopes of turning the tide in key sectors, has also suffered losses. Videos circulated of these heavy tanks hit by coordinated drone and artillery fire their wrecks left smoldering on the battlefield. For Russia, these captures are more than just physical prizes. They are symbols, proof that Western technology can be defeated, and tools for both intelligence exploitation and information campaigns aimed at demoralizing Ukraine and its allies. So how did these tanks, hailed as among the best NATO can offer, fall into enemy hands with barely a fight? Perhaps some of you are already a step ahead. But let's revisit this analysis to ensure everyone's on the same page and to explore the answer in detail. The answer lies in the changing nature of warfare. FPV drones, cheap, fast, and lethal, have rewritten the rules. Operators can guide them directly onto weak points, gearboxes, optics, tracks. The very systems that make a tank so fearsome can be disabled by a drone, costing a fraction of the tank's value. The Leopard 2A6 near Darino wasn't knocked out by a missile or another tank, it was sidelined by a drone and then abandoned. But technology isn't the only factor. The terrain around Sumy and Kursk, muddy fields, dense cover, broken infrastructure, limits tank maneuverability. Heavy armor needs space, support, and cover. Without combined arms coordination and air superiority, even the best tanks are vulnerable. And then there's logistics. When Russian advances move fast and Ukraine's recovery teams are under fire, there's little time to save disabled vehicles. In the case of these captures, Russia acted swiftly, securing the tanks before they could be sabotaged or recovered. It's worth noting, this isn't the first time Western armor has been humbled on the Ukrainian front. Since their introduction, Leopard 2s, Challenger 2s, and M1 Abrams have all fallen victim to Russia's evolving tactics, often at the hands of drones or artillery, rather than tank versus tank duels. The fall of these tanks should spark hard questions. Are deployment doctrines adequate? Are recovery plans realistic under constant drone and artillery threat? And crucially, how can future shipments avoid becoming the next war trophies? That's all for today. Thanks for watching.